Well, hi, strangers. Or I guess you could say that to me as long as I've been gone from these YouTube parts. I just wanted to do a short video and summarize, explain where I've been lately, why I haven't been producing videos. I can sum it up to say that 2024 has been a very difficult year, and I have been very sick throughout almost all the year. It started before this, but on January 18th, I was essentially incoherent and laying on the floor. I fell down and couldn't get up, and I was out of it. Rushed me to the hospital, to Baylor Scott and White Hospital in Plano. And after the evaluations and everything, they determined that I had not one, not two, but three separate medical circumstances or issues going on simultaneous. Each one of these situations was dangerous and a real problem in and of itself, and I had three of them all at the same time. So I was very sick. I underwent several days of treatment there. While I was going through that treatment, they did various tests and everything and determined that I also had suffered 3 small strokes. So yeah, this was a bad time. And this all came up January 18th is when I was checked into the hospital. I was there for 10 days. Part of that time I was not entirely lucid, and to the point where I was very paranoid and terrified, and it was really an awful time. I left Baylor Scott and White 10 days after I checked in, and went basically down the road to ignore that. That's my wife's mother. And went to Reunion Rehabilitation Facility, which is a hospital with rehab and PT and all that. And I was there for several days, making sure that I could do things like go up and down stairs, walk and chew gum, that sort of thing. The people there were terrific too. At both facilities, they were terrific, and I just thought the world of them. So I was there for several more days. I don't remember exactly how many. And then I went home, and the 3 situations, the 3 medical issues that I had that took me there in the first place were either cleared up, gone, or being dealt with and controlled with medicine to a very good level. So felt good about that. From the time I first checked into the hospital, I was having trouble sleeping, and I was having trouble breathing while I was laying down. And it caused me a tremendous amount of anxiety from lack of sleep, for one, and just laying down and not being able to get a full breath. I went to work after I got out of the rehabilitation center and everything, but I was functioning on an hour or 2 a night of sleep because I couldn't sleep with all this problem going on. And so I spent most nights in a recliner in the living room because I didn't want to keep my wife awake. Ultimately, it got bad enough, and I got so exhausted that back to the emergency room, and they determined I had congestive heart failure, which is awful sounding, and I'm sure it's not a good thing. but I had fluids in my chest, fluids causing the pressure. Couldn't breathe, couldn't sleep. You get the idea. So the emergency room prescribed me with some medicines to reduce the amount of fluids in my system. I think they were called Lasix, but anyway, they reduced the fluids in my system. And that worked very well in allowing me to get back to sleep and getting back. And like I said, I was such a zombie when I was trying to work on an hour of sleep a night. It was really awful. So I was in a much better state after having gone back to the ER that time. A few weeks later, I suddenly got very sick at home, to the point where, well, I was extremely pale. I was throwing up. I my She listened. She took my blood pressure, and it was through the roof. So back to the emergency room. I should get green stamps for all the times I go to the emergency room. So I went back to the emergency room, and they determined I had atrial fibrillation, and that was what was causing a lot of these problems that I was experiencing. So they checked me in at a facility basically across the street from Baylor Scott and White, and this is called Plano Heart Hospital, I believe, or Baylor Heart Hospital, one or the other. Another really good, renowned facility for dealing with heart-related issues. I was there for several days, receiving medicine for the atrial fibrillation. My heartbeat, I guess, at that time sounded like a Buddy Rich solo instead of a regular heartbeat. It was just all over the place, crazy fast and all over the place. So they first dealt chemically with medicine, and then ultimately they determined that I needed a cardioversion, which is where they basically put a big sticker on your front and a sticker on your back, and they zap you with electricity to reboot your heart. Like you see on TV, clear, zap, clear, zap. Well, that's what they did to me. And outside of feeling like I was a bit sunburned on my chest, that procedure worked extremely well. My heart rhythm, it was reset to a normal rate and a normal rhythm. So that was very successful. So I had the first three. I had the 3 strokes. I had the congestive heart failure, then the atrial fibrillation, and went back to home trying to work. As far as from the strokes, the only thing I've really felt like I've suffered is a little bit of a problem with short-term memory. Someone will say, or I will say something, or someone says something to me, and I don't always remember that. But otherwise, I suffer no ill effects from the strokes. So that's a good thing. I'm grateful for that. So anyway, that's what I've gone through up to now. Unfortunately, it's not all done. Last week I had an angiogram, and they found that I have significant blockage in my heart. And so I will be calling a surgeon this week to set up a time where I can have open heart surgery, and probably we're talking about a bypass of some form. And so the saga continues. And so 2024 continues to really suck. And that's the next hurdle I face, and it's the worst one yet. So as you can see, you can understand through this that I have not been able to do videos that I wanted to do. I didn't quit. I didn't die. Somewhere in the middle. uh, but I just have not been healthy enough consistently to devote time to doing the videos that I really want to do. I've got a whole list of videos to make. I've got a series of videos that I'm dying to do. I've never heard anyone approach drone videos this way. And for people like you and me in 2024, I think these are perfect videos for right now, for us. And so I really want to do them. I will probably wait until after the heart procedure unless there is some kind of delay or something, for several weeks to have the procedure, in which case I can at least start the series that I have in mind. And otherwise, I'll wait till after I get this taken care of. Now, hopefully, there's nothing else, and I can actually return to some modicum of normalcy and get back to doing the videos that I really want to do. So that's what's going on. That's where I've been. That's what's happened. I ask for your continued patience and your support. I would appreciate if you could watch some of my old videos to help keep my views up, do the likes, do the subscribes, put comments on there, whatever. All those things are helpful to sustain my channel while I'm going through all this sort of thing. And I'll respond as I can until I go through the heart procedure. And hopefully on the other side, I'll come out and we can start getting back to doing the fun videos that we all enjoy so much. Anyway, that's it for now. Thanks for watching this all the way through if you got to this point. And we'll keep you posted on the medical things as well as when I can actually return to doing videos through the channel or through my Jeff Sibelius Facebook group. Thanks for watching.